Hey, what's up you guys? I'm recording this from my phone because my laptop's playing up and the camera isn't working properly. This is how my hair turned out. My room makes it look ginger, but laptop light. It's quite blonde. I bleached it twice in the end and fried it to pieces and melted it because I did the second time at 7 a.m. when I hadn't slept and I was still drunk. Oopsies. So I'm gonna make a video recommended to me from a very nice girl who said she's jealous because she wants to dye her hair but her parents won't let her. So this is going to be about how you can either convince your parents to let you or to cope with them not letting you. So basically what I did was I just dyed my hair anyway. Like, my mother was never going to let me. She's someone who's very anti-hair dye until you get like grey hair, anti-piercings. And I'm a slider eye as well. She was very mad about them. I'm very anti-tattoos, which I'm getting as well, and it's not good. But personally, I just did it anyway, and after about the first 10 times, she got over it. So they will learn to cope with it after a while because you're their kid and they'll love you no matter what. But obviously, like, I don't want to encourage you to go against your parents, so if you think you can convince them, then do it. And here's some tips on how to do so. So basically, you need to not act like a kid when talking to them about it. You just got to try and speak to them in a mature way because they'll respect you so much more and be so much more comfortable with you doing it if they realise you're not just acting like a kid. For a first time, it may be easier to convince your parents to let you use semi-permanent dye because it will wash out. That's what I did for my first time anyway. It didn't end up semi-permanent because I dyed it brown and it came out black and stayed in, but that doesn't normally happen. If you tell them that it will make you feel so much more comfortable with your body, then they hopefully will understand. And yeah, that's a big thing. If having dyed hair would make you feel more comfortable, then approach them about that and speak to them about it because they will understand. Obviously tell them it's your body. Like, just speak to them calmly. Like, tell them that you can always fix it if you don't like it and that hair will grow back. If they're scared about them being judged for how your hair looks, then just start out with natural colours. Like, obviously, if you want to go for extreme hairstyles like I have of all my colours in the day, then it may not be as easy to convince them. But if you start off with like brown, blonde, anything natural, then it'll be a hell of a lot easier. Honestly, I'm not quite sure how to give tips on this because I've never had to deal with it. Like, I just do it. My mother's kind of learnt to accept it. I mean, she's not happy about it. She's not happy how my family looks at me because of it. But she knows that I'm more comfortable with it that way, and I don't really get along with my mother. But things will work out in the end. The most important thing is just to be mature about it. It's the same with piercings or tattoos. Just talk to them in a mature way. I'll cover piercings a bit as well. Like, if they're uncomfortable with the thought of you getting piercings, well, they can heal back up. You can take them out. If they say it might get infected, then tell them you'll look after it properly and that it's better for you to get it done by a professional with their consent than to try and get it done by like a friend with a paperclip or something silly without their consent. Because hopefully they'll understand that, and it will take a lot of work to convince your parents because they want you to be like a mini them, and if they don't like hair dye then they don't want you to like it, and that's understandable in some ways. But honestly, if you can't convince them, then just wait until you move out, because it may feel like ages, but it's really not that long. Like, if you're 12 and you want to dye your hair, then okay, it's a while, but you have something to look forward to when you're older. It's fun to be creative with hair, but listen to why your parents don't want you to dye your hair or get a certain hairstyle, and just try and get them to listen to why you want it. And if they're saying it's just a phase or something, then tell them your hair will grow back. You can change your hair colour or whatever. You can dye it back to a normal colour, blah blah blah. And sorry, I've got a cold. Like,